So we are continuing the Blazer project today because we have parts. Upper control arms came in a little bit early, and fixing to tear this down. I'm going to show you how to do this because it's one video I actually don't have. So truck's already up on jack stands, basic stuff there. 21mm socket to take the lugs off and impact or your ratchet or breaker bar. Big, heavy 31-inch off-road tire. Okay, so here's what you're looking at right here. Your upper control arm, pretty basic really, 2 bolts there, and a ball joint here, and then looks like a electrical connector. It's pretty dirty. This ball joint is shot, both sides are. Now the main thing that's going to be tricky about this is there are cams right here that we're going to make damn sure stay where they belong, because that's part of your alignment. So clean them up, chalk them, make them look good, and pull them out of there. They may make me take the shock off to get to that bolt. We'll see what happens in a minute. But for right now, yeah, I think we're pretty close to being able to clean everything up, chalk it, and then pop the ball joint off. So, hang with, I'll show you how to do that. Make sure you can see what's going on here. Yeah. So I'm just going to get my gasket scraper and chip away some of this dirt that's here, because I have to get this stuff anyway to take that off. Alrighty. So those look pretty clean. Now all I'm going to do is take some basic chalk right here. I'm going to put a chalk mark on the A-frame, which is not one of the marks, so I do need to scrape the frame a little bit. Same story on this side. And then of course one for the bolt too, because this is a kind of a D-shaped bolt. Okay, one side. Alrighty. Now we gotta get our cotter pin out. Excuse me. Okay. So under here is a right there. There's a cotter pin in that castle nut. You have to bend those teeth down and pull that cotter pin out, and then take that nut off. And that'll let us pop this ball joint up. And whew, my sway bar bushings are missing in action. Anywho, I'll pop that castle nut out and take it off, and I'll be back with the next step. And we're back. The cotter pin was a royal pain, and here's why. See how crooked that is? And on top of that, it's too short, so they had to turn it sideways and stick it in between the slots of the castle nut so you couldn't get a grip on it. This is why you always reuse, you never reuse a cotter pin. You always use a new one, and you use one that's the right length. But from what I've seen on this truck, this kind of crap doesn't surprise me. Anyway, now we're moving on here. This is a 13 millimeter, and there's a nut underneath here, right there, that you have to grab. Looks like another 13 millimeter. I'm just going to use a pair of pliers on it. We'll pop that guy off, and then we're going to pop the castle nut off, and we'll continue. Okay. I say I'm going to use pliers, but damn, that really didn't want to come off from there. Dirt all in the threads. Grab a trusty 1/2 inch, which translates basically to 13 millimeter. Oh, that's what's funny about it. It was reversed. Okay. Makes a little more sense now. Bolt was on bottom, that was on top. And just pop this guy out from the little clippies there. That's why I'll go ahead and take them off, because I guarantee you the new one don't have them. Okay. Alrighty, castle nut time, and there's no way I can get a socket on it, so it's got to be a wrench. Let's start with 15/16. Go from there. Too small. 1 inch. Too small. They were not playing. Boy, this is gonna suck. I can tell you that right now. Cock the wheel. Maybe get a better look at it. Let's go. Inch and 1/16. They were not playing with the size of that bolt. Even that's a little loose. Probably not metric. Try 15/16. Drill 1 inch one more time. Yep. Inch and 1/16. Just a hair big, but we'll give it a shot and see if it starts slipping. If not, I'll go see if I got a metric this size, which I don't think I do. Okay. Now, Unfortunately, they didn't tighten the living crap out of it. And like everything on here, there's dirt in the threads, so this is going to be a 1/4 inch at a time. Take a knife here and see if I can clean the threads a little. Now, it's too damn much dirt. This is just a dumb design. This is going to take a while of me just turning, so be right back. Okay, this is just a whole new mountain of stupid. The nut is too long to come off with the CV shaft on there. In order to get the CV shaft off, you got to get the knuckle off. So what we got to do is loosen this all the way down. Try to shade that so you can see. We got to loosen this all the way down, and then we're going to have to get our tuning forks in here and lift this ball joint up so this will come down enough that we can get that bolt out. This is just a dumb design. I mean, I've worked on some dumb designs before, but this one pretty much takes the cake. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to get our pickle fork. That's this guy, ball joint tool. We're going to slide it up under here, and then we're going to pound the ever-loving crap out of it with a with a hammer, big hammer. So, yeah, we're going to pop that in there and go. The angle is kind of funky here. If we have to, we'll put the jack under the lower control arm and lift it up to change the angle, which we're probably going to have to do, but we'll try it this way first. And, yeah, hang with me here. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and use the jack now. And the reason being is the shock should have the lower control arm to keep it from flopping down in my lap. But if that shock core comes out and then that weakling little sway bar link lets go, that thing will flop down in my lap with a lot more pressure than I want. Okay. Less angle on that ball joint now. Oh God, there's just no room to work in here. It's getting me nowhere fast. Let's try this side. I mean, you can see the amount of play there. And no, that thing ain't loose yet. Yeah, a lot of times these things do not want to come easy. This looks like one of them. There it went. Okay. And now, that'll lift up enough that we can take that off. That off. There's a hard brake line right in the way, which, again, dumb design. But, anyway, right now we're going to have to get on there. And what are the odds it's the same bolt as the lug nut? I'll be damned. They made something easy. Whoa. Alrighty, so 13/16 wrench, 21mm socket. Nut off, cam off, bolt the cam through, and yeah, see that nut, that bolt is kind of shaped like a D. That's part of your alignment. That's why we marked everything before we got in there. Now this side's the side that worries me because I don't know if that bolt will clear that shock or not. The way things are going on this, probably not. Okay. I didn't even need range on it because the way it's shaped. Look what's sending to come out of there. There it is. Cam. Gently coax that out of there. cam is being a pain, but we're gonna get some WD-40 and remedy this. Okay, a little WD-40 remedy that situation. Got that out in more dumbass GM design. This right here is totally in the way of this lifting off. Can't do it. So you either take the brake line off, which means you got to rebleed the system, and I don't want to do that, or we take the caliper off. So caliper is going to be one of these guys. Let's see which one. Disco. Whoa! Shit. You really don't want to pull on those. Okay, so that's already going on there. That one's loose. Loose. Try popping this out of here. Pins back a little. Okay, they don't have to come all the way out, just a little ways further than they were. There's part of the problem. There we go. Okay. Get that guy out of the way, and then we're gonna balance that guy. Okay. So you can see that that ball joint is just not supposed to move up and down like that. So totally shot. Basically, I mean, you can check your rotors right now. Brake pads all look good. So basically, insulation is reversal removal. You put it back in, line your torque marks back up, your alignment should be fine. Most of these things have these knockout plugs. I'm not sure where they are. They keep the alignment in check anyway, so you probably didn't need to chalk it. I just do it as precaution in case these plugs are knocked out already. Other side is probably the same. If it's not, I'll come back with the video and show you the differences, but that's pretty much the gist. It's usually goes easier than this. This is a four-wheel drive, so everything's heavy duty on it, and the mud is caked on everything. It just makes it a pain in the rear. So that should be it. Thanks for watching. Hope it helps.